Alright, what's up everybody? Runko Pop back here with another video, and today I'm going to try something a little different. Talk about what's going on in the indie comic world. And yeah, I am drawing this character. I think his name is Isom from Eric July and his newly launched comic book company and comic book universe, I guess you could say. The Rippaverse, because Eric July is known as Young Rippa59. He's a big time YouTuber and creator. And yeah, he's just had monster success with his brand new comic Isom over on Rippaverse.com. I backed it. Definitely go check it out if it and back it if it looks like it's something that might be interested to you. I'm really doing this because I think it is not only cool but very important that there are other options and other good options out there for independent creators and different people who want to create things that aren't what the mainstream is pushing right now. And Eric July is a prime example of that. He did $1.3 million and still climbing. I mean, as I record this right now, this is the second day of his campaign, and he's doing a pre-order type of campaign on his own website, but he's tracking all the success so you can see how many backers he has and how much money he's making, just like you would if you were backing something on Indiegogo or or Kickstarter. And yeah, 1.3 million in 2 days. Can you believe that? That's insane. So yeah, I wanted to just, I wanted to draw this character and just talk about this a little bit because, like I said, it's important. Like, there's so many different options out there for creators to take to make their own creations. You could, like I said, you could use Kickstarter. You can use Indiegogo. They have that other company, Zoop, which, has a couple good things. Man, I can't remember the creator's name right now, but he did a really awesome job. It's called Axe. I'll pop it up on the screen right now. I can't remember the name, but that looked cool and that did a really big success. There are just different options out there for everybody, and you don't have to. I like some mainstream stuff still. I just finished watching The Boys, and other than the allegorical political commentary they really crammed in season 3, there was a good structure there underneath of that whole family ties and the son becomes the father type of theme in The Boys' newest season. But in so many different, companies, so many different aspects of the creative industry, there's just so many different things being pushed, narratives, agendas. I mean, if you open any type of book, see any movie recently, there's all kinds of stuff being on there, and I don't mind. I have a novel series of my own that has different genders, different sexualities, and all that kind of stuff in there, because that's not what it's about. It's not about blocking those things out. It's about just not being the customer over the head with certain things. And that's why I wanted to focus on Eric July's thing, because he's so solely, as far as it looks like so far, you're going to get the book pretty soon, but it looks like it's just solely based on the character and the good story that Rippa is trying to tell along with his team. So it's crazy to think that, a comic book company and creator not backed by the big two, not backed by Marvel or DC Comics, that's not being hyped by, celebrities and big stars like Keanu Reeves or Wesley Snipes. Those do monster campaigns, but it's amazing to see someone who's built his own platform in Eric July. He has all these followers, all this big audience, and he's using that audience to give them something that they want. He's making sure that he provides, you know, interesting, fun content that's not filled with all kinds of agendas, and that he just wants to tell a good story, it looks like. And he's doing that without any big, like I said, without any big corporation, without any big star behind the team. He's just built his own audience, and he is, he's going for it. And it looks like it's going to be monster success. Who knows how far this thing can go? If you are a creative individual and you haven't been living under a rock, recently there's that huge success of Brandon Sanderson. I mean, he made millions and millions and millions of dollars. I don't remember quite where it was at. I mean, the last time I was keeping track of it, it made like 20, over 20 million. It was the highest grossing, or whatever you want to call it, highest thing that made money on Kickstarter at the time. So I it just blew up. It blew up. And why did it blow up? Brandon Sanderson is a novelist. I haven't really read any of his novels, but he built his campaign around the fact that he has this audience that wants his stories. And like I said, I haven't read it, so I don't know the kind of stories he tells, but obviously he has that huge audience, and he's not some big mega star that's in movies, and he's not backed by some huge publishing company. He does have a publisher there. He does get published through one of the big four, big five publishing houses. But this Kickstarter, this was his. He took care of this, and he built his own Kickstarter without the publisher. So that means he gets all the money, whatever, besides whatever he has to pay out to, for the products and his team and everything. Like, the publishers don't get that. He gets that. And so it's just awesome to see, creators who are building their platform, have built their platform, and are now delivering something that, a wide audience wants, and not just sitting back and letting, other things go, and other companies tell weird, wild stories that make no sense. Like, it's just crazy that this is possible, and it's exciting that this is possible. So yeah, that's kind of what this video was about today. I think I'm gonna do more type of videos like this, just commenting on different things while I show you this stuff, and show you what I'm drawing. I am still working on my comic, The Adventures of Red Bee, and that I know I have a uphill battle, not only in trying to find my audience and building my audience around my works, but my stuff is all ages, and there's a wide gap between the vast majority of people who want like good adult stories, and then there's the adults who will look for all ages stuff, for not only for themselves but for like kids around them, like their children or their nieces and nephews or grandsons and granddaughters, stuff like that. There's a big market out there for that, but that market is predominantly ruled by Scholastic. Scholastic has a stranglehold over that. So for any type of indie creator like I am, to try to put out my own product, it's an uphill battle, but that's the hill I've chosen to climb. And I think it can be done, because there's a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of good stuff and that kids like. There's like the Tiny Titans from Art Baltazar, and there's like the Dogman series and stuff like that. But there is a lot of other stuff out there that, that parents, guardians, grandparents don't want their kids reading, because, like I said, like some of this other stuff out there, Marvel and DC, it's filled with all kinds of, you know, I'm just gonna say it's filled with all kinds of propaganda and all kinds of, agendas, and that's not what I'm making. I'm making an all ages story about this superhero kid that is trying to fight the good fight, and I'm not putting else anything else in there. It's an adventure story. It does have a moral, because I do like things like that. Like, I grew up on Transformers, GI Joe, He Man. They all had that little moral at the end of the cartoon, and that's kind of what the Adventures of Red Bee will do also. So yeah, I hope you stick around, and I hope you enjoy this video, and the more stuff that I put out, I hope you enjoy those also. But for now, yeah, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I will talk to you in the next video.